Are we
That's
live?
I was literally sitting in church this morning, and I'm like, oh man, I showered last night. I just didn't throw deodorant on this morning, and I'm like, I didn't think it would be
That is the worst.
I don't need deodorant.
I hate forgetting to throw on deodorant.
Yeah.
It is the most self-conscious, grossest feeling ever. And
Usually I carry deodorant with me.
I think I also forgot it today.
Yeah.
To be
you're
honest,
wearing multiple layers, so
to
I
be
think
honest,
you're
I
okay.
am.
to be honest, I don't like smell at all.
You
Like if
lucky?
and when I get sweaty, I don't smell the sweat.
Oh, really?
I
You don't
found-
smell your own sweat?
Yeah, I don't.
Do other people? Do you have BO? Do you have any BO?
You might be that guy, man.
Oh my gosh. Here's the thing though. BO is and isn't a bad thing.
Do
It's
tell.
obviously it's gross
It can be a
to
genetic thing.
most people on the planet, but to the person who's attracted to you, they eat that stuff up like it's like it's crazy. Those pheromones,
They like that
they like
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
They like it.
I'm just never gonna shower.
Digging my nose into my girlfriend's armpits, like
Take off those shoes. Let me smell them dogs.
I'm sitting here alone today, but Eddie will be joining us momentarily.
In
He's
about,
just
like, 10
running a
minutes.
little late.
Yep. So we decided we're like, you know what? We're gonna get this content rolling
We're just gonna get it rolling
because we love the Boom Crew.
That's right. We're doing it for you.
We're back. The OG crew's back.
Screw Eddie for not being here on time, but you know what?
yeah, Ed.
We can still be here for you on time,
Ed,
even if Eddie can't.
Ed, if you watch this video, I got one thing to say to you. Buzz off.
Buzz off.
Buzz off. Man, tell them
This
to buzz
fun
off.
Sponge.
Please wake up early.
Wake up earlier.
Yeah, wake up earlier.
Dang it.
Nursing
Warm
babies.
up your car earlier.
Nursing babies.
Yes.
We know it's cold outside.
Yes.
It
should've
was like
known this.
-12.
Guys,
this
it's very
morning,
cold outside
which is
today.
Crazy.
Which, for all of our out-of-state viewers, South Dakota gang is harrowing in the wintertime. I think the
Yes.
high today is 1. And tomorrow, the
one single degree.
One
That's
single
not
degree.
Celsius, which would actually be warmer than
Yeah.
yeah.
Really? What
It
is
would
the
be.
Celsius scale?
Or maybe it wouldn't be.
Right. No,
No,
you're right. Because
Celsius?
0 is freezing in Celsius.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So it'd be like
90
40.
degrees Celsius. No, not 30 degrees
Yeah,
Celsius.
so it would be 40. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it is.
So like
yeah.
30 degrees Celsius is technically 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I argue with Brandon Friesen
Brandon
all
Friesen.
the time about whether or not like Celsius and Fahrenheit are good. And most of the time I'm like, listen, I would say Celsius is what we should use as a standard for temperature. But when it comes to the weather and like how we react to it, Fahrenheit is better because it's more of like a human scale. Celsius is like the cooking, almost
Mathematical
like the
scale.
Kelvin. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
0 to 100. It's freezing and boiling. Very easy to understand.
Right.
When you're in Canada or wherever and you hear it's 23 degrees outside, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I can't wear shorts.
That's
I
super
can't-
cold.
That's super cold. You walk
Yeah.
outside,
That's
and
right.
the sun is shining.
Yes.
And you're like, what the heck? Like
sweating.
Fahrenheit makes so much more sense. You hear 97, you're like, oh, that's
Yeah.
hot.
Well,
That's
see-
hot. You hear 80 or 70, you're like, oh, that's.
I feel
that's
like
nice.
it's
That's
the
kinda nice.
difference of Celsius is like when you do how was the movie? Rate it out of 5 versus
Right.
how was the movie? Rate it out of 100.
10
Yeah.
10 or
I
100.
love
Yeah.
rating things out of 100 because
Yeah.
it makes people get more precise.
Yeah. And you could always go 3.378.
that's for, like,
but
all-
like that's so. I don't
Yeah.
understand percentages on a scale when it's like that.
Yep.
You have to really make it obvious for me.
Well,
guys.
that's
I'm
for, like,
stupid.
Right.
Okay?
Me
I'm
too.
dumb. I'm
Yeah.
dumb.
That's for like for
I'm a
a
bit
lot
slow.
of people though. Like not just for like each specific country. Like a lot of country people uses centimeters for height.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
that I
wild.
don't get.
It's wild. Why don't they use feet?
I like the whole. It is a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because we're saying that, and then someone would probably use that argument for why using just centimeters straight up to tell a person's height is a lot easier than going this many feet and then this many inches. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe we're just biased. Because
I think
it's
we're
what we
biased because we're
understand.
so used to it.
Yeah.
It's so easy to understand.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It seems like you can get pretty like if you say like 6'5", you picture 6 feet and then 5 inches.
Above 190 centimeters.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I hear 190 centimeters,
I don't even know where to start.
I can.
180
I don't even know how to.
I
I
feel
don't
like
even know how to.
I don't know if
think about
that's
that.
really short or really tall.
Yeah.
That's
you know?
like above those two numbers, 180 or 1. You're like pretty tall.
I
I
don't
think
know
the one
centimeters.
thing, and I would never want to switch because I'm so used to it now. But the one thing that I think might make a little bit more sense is the kilometers versus the miles.
Oh,
Because isn't there a thing?
it's so hard
I
to
agree.
understand.
Yeah,
I
it's very
agree.
hard because I think like a mile is however many something.
2,007. I don't know, but it's
Something
like yeah,
feet.
it's like some exact number of feet.
Right. Whereas
Yeah.
kilometers is like this is like 1,000 meters or.
It's so
whatever it
easy.
is.
It's so much
Yeah.
easier.
Easier, yeah.
So much easier.
All our British people are gonna flame me in the comments. Oi, mate, you said it was 1,000 meters.
KSI shows up.
Oi, bruv, we love Celsius, bruv. Don't talk bad
Oi!
on Celsius, bruv.
For all of our British
And then the
viewers.
KSI's song "Thick of It" playing in the background.
They're just gonna meme us half to death.
Should we roll the intro? Should we get into it?
I'm into it. Let's do it.
Let's roll.
Roll.
Back to Daylight Booming.
Daylight booming, where it's
It's,
always booming.
It's always booming, guys.
Always.
We're actually doing it with the sun out
In
this
the
time.
daylight.
We got exposed at the end of last episode.
I know.
We did,
by
yeah.
Reed Baxter.
Reed exposed us.
The daylight booming is not always shot during the day. I hate to break it to you guys.
It is daytime. Can they see that it's
You
daytime?
can see we have windows open.
Okay, you guys can see it's daylight.
This is not. I'm not really good at like VFX and compositing, so I promise it's real. I promise. The whole
Trust
bit a few
us.
episodes ago about the green screens and that was all fake. Obviously,
fake.
If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
catch on to that, you're dumb.
Yeah.
and I shouldn't be apologizing.
Yeah, harumph.
We can move on.
Yep.
Harambe.
Let's go off on the fans.
Let's go off on him. Let's go off on him. We'll wait till Eddie is here because I want to get to one specific segment. But in the meantime, we're gonna start really dumb, really dumb,
Love it. We love dumb.
real stupid. First, I'll start with a question. Do you guys find pee-pee and poo-poo humor funny?
Interesting.
Do you find it?
Okay.
do you
That's
find it
pretty
funny?
funny.
Toilet humor.
So-
I didn't know how to say. It just popped into my mind. I didn't know.
I've heard this.
I should have wrote toilet.
Did you write
humor.
pee-pee
I
and
wrote
poo-poo?
pee-pee and poo-poo. Toilet humor.
That's
You
a
guys find-
scientific definition. Yes.
Yes.
So before I give my opinion, I'll say an interesting fun fact about this that I learned from the Snowman, aka Mitchell Olsen, the legend, the
legend.
goat who helped us start way back in season 1. He told me this really interesting fact because he's very well versed in like showbiz and like crowd, like reactions, things like. He's very versed in that because he's had a lot of experience with it.
Yes. Yeah. He does.
He said the scientific name for it is called blue humor because
Blue humor.
yes. Now there's I'm gonna get
I
this
like
wrong.
pee-pee and poo-poo humor.
Yeah, that's what they should use. Switch to that.
Blue humor.
Pee
Okay.
pee poo poo humor. There's like a percentage of people where, let's say you're doing a stand up set and you say a pee pee poo poo joke. I think it's like 40% of the audience, you're going to lose them and they're not coming back.
Shoot.
Like,
Really?
you're going to turn them,
basically.
you're going to turn them off to your comedy and you're not winning them back, which is very interesting. It's just called blue humor. And I was like, that is fascinating. I didn't know that.
Wow. I
And
didn't
it's a
know that either.
subconscious thing.
So, how many times have we ever?
Oh, we've lost many people.
How many
Really?
times in season 1 or season 2 did we have a joke that was like blue humorish?
A lot of it in the stand-up sets before the show. If you guys don't know, we have stand-up comedians come on and warm up the crowd before each live show we did for season 1 and season 2. Now that I remember we had quite a few jokes there. I don't remember the actual show. I don't think in any of our skits or anything we actually wrote anything like that in though.
Oh.
Do you remember anything?
I couldn't. Not off the top of my head. No, not off the top of my head. Not anything that was like obviously
Like, yeah,
toilet humor.
right.
Yeah.
What do you? Okay, so sorry, I just hijacked that whole thing.
No, that's okay. That was an intro. That was so I didn't know
Interesting
that.
fact.
Yeah,
I did not know
I
that.
know it's very wild. What is your guys' thoughts on it?
I'd say most of the time I find it relatively hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, it's like there's
Oh,
8
there goes
billion people on
40%.
Earth. We all poop. We all
This is
pee
true.
pee. We all fart.
This is true.
Some of us queef.
Yep. Min?
About half of us. You know, it's just I like it. I find it funny. It's dumb humor, and I think that's why I'm just. It's just an easy thing. To
I think
laugh at.
there's.
It's not, but it has to be done.
Right. There's
the right way.
There's levels
yeah,
of it.
because
The execution about the joke.
Yeah.
if it's like so dumb, when it's so dumb that it's funny, that's like gold.
Yes.
There's a middle ground where it's like you're trying too hard and it doesn't, and then like it's a really hard line to balance. But my favorite is definitely when they're so smart that then all of a sudden when you're hit out of left field with one that it's just it makes the joke like so good, or when it's just it makes no sense and it's stupid and it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Just because of what it is.
Now, this is another interesting fact that Eddie actually told me. Maybe he can speak more on this when he gets here. But he said that there's different levels of humor that people own. So each person falls into one of these 3 categories. I am 90% sure Eddie just completely made this up. I have no idea. But he said
He's not here to defend
he's not here to defend
himself.
himself. So he said that there's low level, mid level, and high level humor. And he said that the people that actually find the least amount of things funny is the mid level humor people, because the low level humor people, they'll just laugh at anything.
Right.
Like they're just like hilarious, whatever. The high level people, they understand when a joke is like so dumb that it's funny.
Right.
They understand the nuance and satire. They understand what makes a joke dumb. The mid level people are like your pop culture humor type people.
Yeah.
Like woke people?
Like they're just
Like-
they're like almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they can't
They almost let too many things dictate
what they
like-
think is funny.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and it can be anything like they don't quite comprehend, and it's so interesting. I don't know. I thought that was wild.
Like people tell them that such and such isn't funny, and so they're just gonna choose not to laugh.
Right.
And that will change them as a person, even if it was objectively hilarious.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting fact.
Very weird. But do you guys like? Do you guys find
Pee-pee
blue
poo-poo
humor?
If the certain person has like a right execution
Yeah.
with the
okay.
joke,
All right.
that's all. But I still think it's funny. Peep peep poop poop.
Pee pee poo poo jokes.
Sometimes it's just that when it's that dumb, like I didn't even mean it. It just works. I guess I wanted to bring that up because I don't know how hilarious you guys find farts. I think farts. Are
When you're
funny.
actually doing the fart, then it's funny.
Yeah, and when and
You can't say
sometimes
fart
it's more the
out
reaction
loud.
of someone to a fart than the fart itself.
Yeah.
Is
No, it depends on the sound
what
of the
is funny.
fart.
There's a lot of different
This is
things
true.
that can make a fart funny.
Yes.
The reaction to the fart.
There's a spectrum of
not even the
farts.
fart itself.
Yeah.
But the fart, the way it sounds.
Yes.
The way it smells.
Yep.
If you happen to be existing
Yeah.
in the moment of the fart.
Yes.
In question.
In question. The fart in question.
The context before and after the fart can also make the fart funny.
Yes.
Like if something happens,
100%.
whatever.
There is a lot of variability
Yes.
in the fart. I think where farts can be funniest, I love throwing in a fart noise in an edit when something fails or when something
Yeah.
sucks. I love throwing in a fart noise.
Yeah.
Like, just fill
Making
your
fart
pants
noises growing up too is just the easiest way to
to get a laugh.
to get a laugh.
Yeah, it's good cheap laughs.
Exactly,
It's the good
yeah.
low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
The low hanging fruit always tastes the sweetest.
it does. And thanks, Adam and Eve. Anyways,
Yep. Low-hanging
put us
fruit.
where we are.
Yeah.
Freaking
Farting
grab
away.
The low hanging
Now
fruit
we're
just had to
farting.
taste so good.
What would you guys prefer? Would you guys prefer to always? We're gonna lose a lot of our audience here, but that's okay. I don't even care. Would you rather fart?
What audience?
Goodbye, two
If
people.
you're watching this, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's a joke between us that nobody watches our stuff, but we see your views.
We see you.
We see
We
the
see
views,
you.
even on TikTok. But rest in peace.
Yep.
Rest in peace. That is going to be a
That
topic. I wanted
blows.
for Eddie to come on because I know he's going to
That
have some.
he will
feelings
have good
about
insight
it.
on that.
He's gonna talk about like 30 minutes straight about it.
Speaking of which, if you're watching right now, drop in the comments, write pee pee poo poo,
Pee pee poo poo.
so we know that you're still watching.
Yes, please. Hashtag pee pee.
Hashtag pee pee poo poo. What were we talking about? Pee pee poo poo. Farts.
Farts. You were
Farts.
saying a good fart.
A good
we were
fart.
talking
You're
about
talking
low-hanging
about low-hanging fruit. Tastes the sweetest. Oh, yes. It's a would you rather.
Yeah,
Would you
baby.
rather always have, like, you fart a lot in both of these scenarios.
Okay.
Both of these scenarios, you fart, like, probably 10 times a day. Would you rather have a fart that does not stink but is extremely loud? Or would you rather have a fart that is silent but always smells so bad?
Oh, man.
And you are always
So
in
that's
public when this
hard?
happens.
Always in public.
No.
Well,
it has to be in
happens.
Discord.
It happens a lot when you're in public or in like
Randomly
small
throughout
group.
the day, it does
randomly,
not matter.
randomly.
Does not
Yep.
matter.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
I think I choose silent.
But deadly.
Yeah.
Very, very smelly.
Like nobody know who done it.
yeah.
Exactly. And you get the laugh out of it. People will be looking around like this.
This is true. Yes. they'll be
See, I
looking
feel
around.
like I could get away with it. I'm a little bit of like, like a clown when it comes to like my friend groups. Like I try to be a person who like makes jokes and stuff.
You crop dust them, bro?
I would have to be the loud and
Yeah.
You crop dusting people?
non-smelly.
right.
that's
Because
crazy.
Because then I can get jokes out of it,
there's a bit there.
and I'm not hurting anybody.
right. You're not. There's no
I hate-
collateral
Pink eye here.
damage.
I hate farting and it smells,
Yeah.
and then everybody's like, "Who ripped?"
yeah. That's the worst.
Yeah, and you're like, "It wasn't me," and you know.
I swear.
Yeah.
and you know.
Yeah.
And you're
the
gaslighting people. Yo, you done it.
Yeah.
shame you feel,
Yeah.
the
Oh.
shame.
Oh.
I always fart at the worst times possible too, and mine are always
shame.
smelly.
Yeah.
Like I'm with you, Siege. I'm picking the loud.
I have a
Really?
bad diet,
Yeah.
so mine either like I'd say get a hell. I don't want to say I have a bad diet. I have a messy diet.
You're
it's
all over the
good
place.
and it's bad.
Sure.
it depends on the day.
Yeah.
it depends on how I'm feeling.
If you're eating too much protein
So,
and
like,
creatine, oh man.
I have a lot of farts that are. I'm so sorry. This is what we get when Eddie isn't here. Eddie turns out to actually be the one that holds us together and gives us insightful conversations.
Against all odds.
I happen to fart a lot, and it's either usually loud and not smelly, or not smelly, or
Okay.
not loud and
So,
very
like-
smelly. Like I get a healthy amount.
Why
of
is
equal.
that?
I don't know.
Like I feel like anytime it's a loud fart, it never smells. Anytime it's silent, it's always deadly.
Wait,
Always.
hold on.
Yeah.
Is it depend on like the food what you're eating? Like people who are lactose?
Oh, that's
man.
definitely it. Because when I have dairy, my farts actually don't stink, but they're loud. Like I just get
Oh.
gassy. I get
Yeah.
super gassy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it appears that the farts seem to be diluted, so they don't smell as bad.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Like maybe I don't know.
So
Yeah, I
like
don't
if
know
you're eating
what's going
Taco
on there.
Bell, then
Yeah.
Oh,
Like a
Don't
concentrated.
give me ice cream cake though. Like it depends on how much dairy too. Like if I have like a glass of milk and some cookies, I'll be okay.
You'll be okay.
If I have like a couple slices of pizza, I'll be okay. I'll be a little gassy. but
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be okay.
A cheesecake?
If I go to Dairy Queen and I get a medium or a tall Blizzard, count me the freak out, dude.
Down for the
Dude,
count.
Do you remember when we were filming Cutthroat for Robert?
Yes.
2 summers.
I do
2 summers
remember that.
ago?
And
Or
you
was
had
it
the
last
Blizzard?
summer? Yes, and I got the Blizzard, and I was burping like crazy.
Yeah.
I was burping like crazy.
I remember saying, I was like, Siege, but was it worth it? And you were like, I don't know.
And I still eat ice cream on a regular
this
basis.
day.
I do it to myself.
Oh.
I'm trying to. My body was like, for many years, dairy's okay, and then
Dairy's
2020 hit, and it's like, screw you. Your body hates dairy, and
Oh,
I'm
it
actively
changes.
trying to make my body like dairy again. I'm like, you will learn to love dairy again. I
You
swear,
will love
you
dairy.
will love it.
Yeah. Force yourself
honestly,
to love dairy.
like when I start drinking like my IVLs, I don't have like I have a pretty
Iced
good
vanilla
tolerance.
lattes.
Yeah, I have a pretty good tolerance with like milk now.
Yeah,
Like my stomach is not really grumbling.
nice.
Like,
Yeah.
no pain, not really. At
do
the,
you like
at the beginning.
Do you like coffee, C, Joe?
I love coffee. It goes straight through me though. Cleans me out.
Cleans you out.
Which can
Keeps you
be-
regular.
Yeah, that's usually I have a coffee every morning.
What kind
once
of
a
coffee?
week. I'll get a iced coffee.
Sure.
It's
From
my
where?
favorite.
Or at home?
From
or-
where?
Friggin',
Scooters.
it really doesn't take much to. Yeah, it'll be Scooters, Burger King, Get and
Burger
Go,
King.
wherever I can get. And like honestly,
Anywhere you
most
can get your hands on it.
most iced coffees, like I don't know, most of them taste the same to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but in my experience, they're all good. So like wherever I can get an iced coffee, I'm drinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I've been infected with the coffee bug, and I've been forcibly dragged down the abyss of coffee, and like now it's Pandora's box because once you start pulling away, it's like a thread, and it keeps unraveling, and you can't stop. So when I learned like the difference between maybe I'm just such a noob here. Just in the past year, I learned the difference between drip coffee and espresso.
Yeah, me too.
And that's kind of the
When I
start of
start
it all.
Going to this coffee shop.
Do you know the
how they're
difference?
doing
Nope.
it.
Siege, do you want me to tell you the difference?
Explain.
Today
explain.
years old.
Okay, so audience, you are all about to be infected with the coffee bug. Now, do you want me to nerd out with this, or do you want me to keep it simple?
Keep it simple.
Okay.
Keep it simple, please.
Okay. Espresso
he's
is
coming right now.
there. He is as we speak. Espresso is not a type of coffee; it's a way of brewing coffee. Okay, so. Anytime you expose coffee grounds to water and air for a long period of time, it becomes more bitter. All right. Now, what espresso does is and that's what drip coffee is. It's more bitter coffee because it's obviously drip water and air. So it's more bitter. Espresso is when they keep it sealed, and then a lot of times you spin it. A lot of times it gets spun, and then they shoot super hot water through it very quickly, and so you end up getting a lot smoother tasting coffee and a lot more smoother. And it's very concentrated. It's concentrated, smoother coffee. So that's why a lot of times what they'll do is Eddie knows my espresso pitch.
Siege, you just had to go to Spearfish today, didn't you?
We're in the middle of coffee.
It's your fault. You're late.
It's your fault.
So that is the difference.
I'm
Is
going
that
to
what this is?
Flanger, this freaking idiot. Can't remember jack shit.
Flandrew.
So just so you know, we talked about pee and poo-poo humor, so that's what you missed.
Yep.
We're on coffee at the moment.
Yep. Is that coffee?
Starbucks.
Yo, what are you drinking?
This is just an organic blend from
No plug.
Aldi.
No plug.
Organic
Unless they're
blend from
paying us.
Aldi. My mother got for me for Christmas.
Is it good?
K-cups. It's K-cups.
Dude, you're looking like a bro
I mean,
today.
how good can you really get with a K-cup?
Pretty good.
4, please. Now you look like a podcaster.
Now you
Yeah,
look like
you
a
know.
podcaster.
I
All right,
guess.
we have a couple other topics. Everybody, welcome Eddie in.
Boo. Can you add a womp womp?
Eddie, good job on the video.
Thank
I
you,
watched it.
man.
It was really good.
You're a sweetheart.
Really quick, I wanted to talk about filmmaker David Lynch passing away.
Rest in peace. Rest in
Made-
peace.
Director
he
of
made
Mulholland
famous
Drive,
films of-
Lost Highway, director of Twin Peaks, the TV show.
Erase your head.
Eraserhead
That was
his
crazy
first-
movie.
Yeah, so that was a big inspiration on me and a lot of other filmmakers, and it's just very sad that he passed away. He smoked for a very long time.
Long live.
Long live.
Pour one out.
You know,
He did live
even
a
a
long
bad
time.
cup of coffee is better than no coffee.
That's right. Like David Lynch said, keep your eye on the donut, not on the hole.
Yep. You know, like David Lynch always said, it's not what you drive, it's how you drive it.
I don't think
You
he
know,
said
it's
that.
it's like David Lynch said.
David Lynch.
You know, it's
You-
like
you can leave.
It's like
actually, if you're gonna be like
Danny
this.
McBride said.
it's like Daniel Armstrong used to say, it's one
It's like
small step for
Daniel Day-Lewis. said.
Anyways, I just wanted
to.
I just wanted to bring that up because David Lynch used to do this thing called David Lynch Theater, where every day he would upload a really short video in the morning and talk about the weather and what he's talking about. And to I'm sure I'm not the only person who's going to start doing this, but I have started my own YouTube channel where I'm going to upload every day in the morning and do a little report.
Really?
And the weather.
Fascinating.
Every day.
To try and honor David
tip of the
Lynch.
hat.
A tip of the hat.
For the year.
And also
Every
as-
morning you're doing a.
Every single morning. So I started on Friday, this last Friday.
Is this live?
Is this the Titan Strong?
Yes. So, yes.
What-
There's
what-
a lot of things to talk about.
What
There's a
Dude,
lot of
see,
things to talk
you
about.
followed me and I didn't know who it was, and so we used to go to T area Titans, and so I thought it was like some kid from T following
So
me.
Anderson
I thought that
Visuals is
too.
rebranding. We're no longer Anderson Visuals.
What?
Really? This is big news,
Yes.
Siege.
Wait, how come you chose Titan Strong?
So we're moving away from Anderson Visuals because I want to have a legacy that isn't just connected to my name; it's connected to my friends too. It's connected to the connections that we make, and
Lifelong memories.
especially to the community that we have built here in South Dakota.
Yes.
Yep.
We are Titan Strong, as
It's Titan weather.
and cringy as that sounds.
That's right.
It's
See,
Titan weather.
Strong. Anyways, I just thought it sounded cool than just putting my name on something like Bada Boom Studios. I liked that better than I don't know whatever.
What about pig work?
Pig.
What about Ned's Nifty Neds?
That wasn't. What are you talking about? You just like bringing stuff up to.
What about Slick Trigger?
If you go to cjoe.mp4 on YouTube, you can find it. If you also go to titanstrong.media, by the time this episode is up, I'm working on a website, but the website splash page will be there if you ever want to
I just
catch the most recent morning report that I do or the most recent Daylight Boomin' episode. They will always be on the homepage of titanstrong.media.
So
you can
are
always
you
go
uploading
there.
this
Siege.
to YouTube too?
Yeah.
Siege, I just
see it.
doubled your follower count.
What?
Yes, I followed. You now have 2 followers on Instagram. Yeah.
On Instagram?
How about we
Hold
make
on.
it
I thought it was on
3?
YouTube.
Well, if you guys both subscribe, then we could double it again. You'd quadruple. That's 400% growth in one day.
That's crazy.
Wild. You can
Oh,
pitch that to
I just
investors.
followed
If everyone at home follows, we could probably get it to 5 subscribers.
Everyone at home.
You could
one person watching.
You could spin this and pitch this to investors so you
So-
start bringing in some
so-
profit here.
So the Titan does come from our home school.
It does. It does.
Yep.
It's inspired by it, but also because
It's a tip of the hat.
yeah. No, that's not us. We haven't uploaded anything. I haven't.
It's a tip of the hat, Minlu.
Oh.
If you go to siege.mp4 on YouTube, that's where I'm posting.
Milady. Where'd you get the Starbucks mug from? Or the
Probably Starbucks.
Warbucks? Because we can't. But blur that out. Blur that out.
My roommate had this cup.
I don't have the
and-
energy to blur that out.
I don't have the
See,
energy.
I
Yeah,
can't
whatever.
find your damned channel.
No, it's on Instagram. Titan Strong.
Yeah, titanstrong.media.
Well, I'm looking for CJO MP4.
Well, it's the wrong account.
It's called James and.
Put your
Okay.
put your microphone in front of your nose like a clown nose.
No, actually, I don't.
Oh, you just do it right in your car.
All right, so
All right, you now have a subscriber.
thanks. The TikTok ban.
Here
as
we
of
go.
This
The-
morning,
the
as of
TikTok
last night,
ban.
It's
actually.
running now. It's up and going again.
Is it really?
Yep.
Yep. I switched my VPN to a UK, so I still
Wow.
get TikTok.
Okay. Well, so it got banned.
for one
It was
day.
banned for 12 hours.
Why is
And we're back. Literally. Okay. So I wanted to talk about this.
Oh, next
I wanted
topic.
to talk about this as if it had gone, and now it's back.
I didn't know it was
Literally,
back.
as we're shooting this on Sunday, guys.
TikTok right now. Yo, guys, we're back.
We're back on TikTok.
back.
You actually do need to be uploading more TikToks for Daylight Boom and CJO. We have some gold in here.
Well, I thought CapCut was banned, so like I couldn't really.
Cap-
I
Cut's
thought we
banned.
were under. I thought we were. It's okay.
Well, we're over. We're over.
So do we have to talk about the TikTok ban
Man,
at
that
all?
was
What's the point?
That was
Siege,
really-
if
that
you
was
want,
really
I have a pivot.
anticlimactic.
I have a pivot that we can talk to that kind of relates to that.
Okay, because
If you'd
like,
like.
a part of this, we could go into politics, but this podcast really isn't supposed to be about that. So I really didn't want us to, but so if you have a spin.
So this is kind of a spin. Now it
gonna
ties
say
into
that
all
too.
things social media, and it pertains to late night Boomin' for those viewers that have come over here from Boomin'. So this is very interesting. This is interesting ground that we might tread on here. I thought it would be fun to give the audience a peek into what our own, when the four of us meet and we talk about what our business and what our content is like, because we create content, but there's also a process in how we create content, right?
Yep.
Like we have a strategy with how we create our content.
Yep.
So I think Eddie and I just randomly got into this conversation the other day, and it kind of dawned on us this thought. Now, for those of you that watch Late Night Boomin', the way that we structure the show is built for TV. Right?
Correct.
Like we structure everything around the thought that this is going to air on TV.
Correct.
And yet, TV is like our last priority when it comes to content. So, why do we start with TV and build out from there instead of starting from our end goal and building out from there? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you create a community.
So what would be? So then we would have to take our process and completely reverse it. Like how would we?
I don't know.
How would we do that?
So I don't even know what it would
like.
look
I
like.
understand what you mean, but
Yeah.
Because we don't know if we want to even do TV for season 3.
Yeah.
really,
We have to ask ourselves that question.
Because we're paying money to be on the station, right?
right?
Yeah.
And on top of that, we're not seeing much growth, and the only growth we see is when we post on social media.
But we are
I'm
getting
posting
recognition from TV.
Right.
People of Sioux Falls in the area, many people have come up to me and told me that they've seen the show on TV. So
I think if we could,
we are getting recognition.
That's true.
I'd
Even
say
one of the
if-
baristas knew about
it's
the
a
show.
fickle mistress.
Really? Yeah.
it
what
is a fickle mistress. I'd say, yeah. Okay. So this is hard.
So-
I agree with you. Obviously, the goal has always been to be a TV late night show, but we have to make content that goes to every sort of medium and meets every sort of length form, the full episodes to the clips to the
Now-
the tiny clips that go on.
Maybe the
TikTok
way
and
we
stuff.
do it now works out for the best. I'm not sure, but I think it'd be interesting to ask ourselves that question, because audience, if you guys haven't caught on to this yet, how we film the show is every episode has 4 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each are about 8 minutes long. And the whole reason for 4 segments, each 8 minutes long, is to fill a 28-minute and 30-second time slot on
And
television.
it has to be exact.
Yep, and it has to be exact. So
commercials.
we actually end up filming a lot and then shaving it down to that. But then we take that a lot. Before we shave it down, we pull clips from there and we put it on social media. We also post full clips on social media
of the segments,
of the segments.
not uncut, but like the full.
Yes.
It's kind of
Edited.
uncut. It's
Director's
like
cut.
The director's
Yeah,
cut.
yeah.
So
The reloaded.
now the question becomes, we always think of it like a funnel. We always think long form content is the goal. You want people to watch the long form because that means they're invested. That means that they're locked in, right?
The short form is how you
Get them
catch 'em.
there. So we look at it like a funnel. We have a bunch of short form, and that whittles down to clips, and that whittles down to long form media. Is
And
the
episodes and
hoped
stuff.
path.
Yeah.
That is the hopeful path that we want the viewer to take.
right. So I think if we were to, with season 3, hypothetically get on a streaming service instead of television, I think that would actually give us a lot more like leg room in terms of creativity to spread
Well,
our legs,
it's
you know,
really
and really
different.
do
Spread our legs.
to spread our legs. Yeah, like really like what have we been wanting to do for the last like 2 seasons of L&B? A lot of stuff that we are actively trying to get closer to.
Yes.
Like we're always pushing the bar, and it's never, and like everything that we're doing is never quite like it's really good, but it's never quite where we want to be.
It's very true.
And like if we were with, I feel like a streaming service instead of a television station,
Or a
all
studio.
the love to the television station.
We love the
like,
TVs.
yeah, of course. Like they've brought us so much acknowledgement, and it's been massive. But the landscape is changing.
Do you think it's more outreach for streaming platforms?
Yes.
I think definitely. I mean, because if we were on Hulu, just as an easy example. I mean,
That's
I don't.
It's
Well,
hard.
it's easy.
A lot of people have Hulu.
It's an easy plug
you know?
too. You know, it's like go check us out on Hulu. Just search us up instead
Exactly.
of like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
guys, wait till Saturday night at 11 p.m. and then you can watch us.
Right, only in South Dakota and this specific.
But then, like, obviously, it's hard to get anything on streaming services too. Like,
because there's so much of it.
But
There's
if we
so
were
much.
exclusively on a Netflix or a Hulu or a Disney
Apple
Plus
TV.
or Apple TV, or
It'd be interesting to see where the landscape goes, like the journey that everything goes on, because you're already starting to see streaming services like bundle. Like I saw you get like a Walmart membership and you get Hulu or something.
Or
It's like
Spotify membership, you get a Hulu.
the Disney
discount.
Plus and Hulu bundle.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
It's like I'm wondering, like streaming services must be trying to navigate this landscape if they're doing things like that.
but also
going
everybody
for-
also hates streaming services.
I do hate. I do
like
hate
I
it,
don't
too.
like them
Because
but
they're
I
so-
have them because I have to.
Yeah.
well, but it is a kind of like you can't imagine. It's the same thing as like the radio versus. You can't imagine turning on the radio,
Radio or
anymore because you have
podcast.
any song you
Yeah.
want.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
And it's like when you go on a streaming service, it's like you don't have to watch whatever they're playing. You can pick what you want to watch.
Right.
But
Just-
it's
and I
also
do
kind of
prefer
sucks
that.
because the oversaturation of it all.
That and you don't
Okay.
own the movies.
You don't
Okay.
own the movie. Yeah, they could leave at
Well,
any
that
moment.
too.
Yeah.
But like, is this what we wanted to be in a streaming service or streaming platform? This is what we're kind of going for, the angle.
It is like ultimately the idea is distribution. That's what everyone's after, right? How do you distribute the content that you have created? And I remember Snowman put it best. He's like, once our society hit a point where you can now watch whatever you want, whenever you want, why would you ever go back? Why would anyone want to go back? As exciting as TV is, I actually think TV is so much more exciting than streaming because everyone's in on it together. It's an event. It's something communal that actually brings
When
people
you
together.
notice people are trying, like people have attempted to bring that back, even in some ways, like do events like that. Like, oh, everyone watch it at this time, like Snowman with the.
Yep. TV, the communal aspect of it is gone now.
Like think about Seinfeld, the finale. You see that iconic picture of everyone on New York City streets watching it on the jumbotron.
That's so cool.
That is
Like,
really
that-
cool though.
We missed out on all that.
Yeah.
You know.
And even like TV, I remember I was not really. I mean, we were all kind of born at the tail end of this, but like when there was an episode of like, let's say Breaking Bad, and you had to wait a week to watch the next one, everyone talks about for a full week. They're like building theories together.
Yeah.
They're like talking.
And that is such a big important part of television.
Well, isn't
There's
it
like so many advantages and disadvantages of each, and it's impossible to truly know what is like.
Well,
perfect
and now
for
you
us.
hear, and now you hear like, oh yeah, we watched the entire first season in one night, and it's like
That's crazy.
How
There
much
it
of that
is.
information did you actually retain?
That's
Right.
true.
Well, because
Yeah.
you didn't let
He-
any of them marinate. I mean, I've
Exactly.
binged through like a season.
And
and
I
Yeah,
don't
me
think
too.
there's anything wrong with that, but at the same time, you have to know when to slow down.
Pace yourself.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the
I
same thing
don't.
with like
Some
YouTube stuff now?
Some TV shows I feel
How
like you
so?
can get away with.
Like, you know how like everybody's waiting for the next Smosh video.
oh yeah, I just
Love
can't
Smosh.
wait
Yeah.
for the next Smosh video,
Love
man.
Smosh.
You know, back in the day.
Oh, back in the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
No, even today, actually, since Anthony and
Ian.
Ian come
yes,
together again.
ever since they've bought the new Smosh, and I've actually grown a lot. That new Smosh crew has grown a lot on me. They're really funny. They're pretty good. Pretty good gang.
I've not
No,
kept
don't leave. Don't go watch Smosh. No, come back. Stay,
No,
stay,
wait,
stay.
wait, stay,
No,
stay,
please.
Wait, I think it's a good time for What Are We Booming?
Yes, let's do it. This is the last segment of the show. We are going to discuss what are we booming. Not TikTok. Oh, I guess TikTok.
We can talk about it. We can
Guys,
talk
you're
about it.
watching Siege be pushed to the brink of insanity.
We could
Quit
talk
toying
about
with his
it.
emotions.
Okay.
Quit.
Balloonerism by Mac Miller, the full
yeah,
album,
that
his
is-
second
Oh,
posthumous album.
Posthumous.
Did I say that right?
You did.
Okay, you're just making fun of me.
I just started listening to it the other day.
It's really good.
A vibe.
It's really good.
Mac
got an
Miller was,
atmosphere.
he's such a special little man.
He is, and it's weird listening to it, knowing that it probably isn't exactly what he wanted. I mean, there's no way of knowing how he would have wanted it, but from what I can tell, I think the artists in it took real good care and gave that project a lot of love, and it vibes. It's a good vibe. It's a good winter.
It's like coffee shop
Balloonerism-
vibes.
Is Balloonerism like he had made it like in 2015, 2016? Now it's being released on all platforms like Faces, or is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
That's what it is? So it's not like,
And it's also like
It's not like
it's
a
not
cult.
like Circles.
It's got some collaborations in it too, like SZA's in a track, and like they tried to.
Which,
get
by
some
the way,
other
SZA,
artists.
Travis Scott, and Future all got totally exposed for like leeching lyrics.
Oh,
really?
Kanye West writers. Yeah.
What?
That's crazy.
That's a story for another day. But anyway.
Is that leeching lyric? There's so many.
No, it's like,
debates
yeah,
about,
she
like,
straight up
is
exposed
it-
him.
Is it?
Do you like the way it sounds? You know that part?
What song?
Do you like the way it sounds? Travis Scott.
So,
I thought you were
So,
talking about like SZA. I was like, the way it sounds. I was like, what's this?
Same thing
what do
with
you
Drake
guys?
as well.
I mean, I think there is a. I think Elvis was the pioneer of this. There is an art to being the entertainer, but I respect an artist even so much more when they are also the artist.
A good artist borrows. A great artist steals.
Ooh.
I don't get it.
Speaking of artists,
Because you don't.
Eddie,
you're
I
not a
got you
good
a
artist.
present.
For real.
Oh, speaking of artists, yeah, men got that for you.
Speaking of artists.
Siege hates it.
You can go
Siege
get it. You
hates
can go get it, Ed.
That'll give you a hint.
I don't want you to have that gift, but I'll let you.
That's a hint.
That's what you have to deal with. Do you understand why I threw it? Yeah. I couldn't. Your reaction is
Men
gold.
paid $80 for that.
no, my dad got it from like the Amazon return
That's
shop.
like Drake from 2011.
It's a Drake mouse
Nothing
pad.
was the same album.
It's a Drake mouse pad, viewers. Show
I
the
don't
audience.
listen to Drake. He
Is
has
that cool?
like 30 different albums.
Started
so
from
I
the
wouldn't-
bottom, now we're here.
Is that cool or what?
Thank you, man. You're so sweet.
Are you gonna use it
I
on
bet
your
Kendrick
laptop?
doesn't have a mouse pad.
I'm gonna get a SZA mouse pad where her butt is like the
Oh,
rest
okay,
for my
man.
wrist.
Okay.
I think that'll be a lot better than your Drake one.
They-
Guys, what are you booming? What are you booming? Moving on. Sorry, that would.
I can
crazy.
go.
What I got poop on my
I can
hand
go.
for?
I can go. I watched a movie that is extremely controversial. It's split down the middle with critics. And I thought it's from my favorite director. He is now my favorite director, probably. It was epic insanity the entire way through. Babylon. I watched
I haven't
it
seen that
finally.
yet. I haven't
Neither
seen
have
that
I.
yet. That is another movie that I have heard split down the
Yeah,
aisle.
that
It is
movie-
either really good or the worst thing I've ever seen.
Like Megalopolis.
It's a-
Exactly like Megalopolis.
It's a suicide note to Hollywood and a love letter to cinema. So it's really interesting.
Oh.
I read that in a comment, so I'm not gonna
Take credit
You're
for
just
it.
regurgitating someone else's.
Actually, and I came up with a new word.
Cops.
You came up with a new word?
Plagiarism. I think the word's gonna be when you take someone else's idea and make it your own.
Boy, you're just a smart aleck, aren't you?
Other than that, Noah Schmidt dropped a new 3-song
Schmitty.
EP, and it is beautiful. I've had it on repeat while I played chess.com.
Chess.com.
Chess.com?
Yeah.
Big chess.com.
I've
Chess.com.
been big into chess. So yeah, chess, Babylon, and Noah Schmidt. That's why I'm booming lately.
All right.
Solid list.
Solid list.
Solid list.
And Drake mouse pads.
Yep. Collector
Thank
of
you,
Drake
Min
mouse
Lou's dad.
pads. What are you booming, man?
Almost done with my second short film, writing it,
Yes, man.
and
Are you nursing babies?
nursing babies.
They're cooking the monkeys.
I do have the TikTok ban. Oh, horrific times.
Horrific
But now it's
times.
back.
And now it's back. What
Because,
the
but I was
12
gonna
hours
say
of
like
it.
there's a hack for it. It's like if you have a VPN, you can switch your location to a different region.
Yeah, and I tried that and it didn't work, but I guess it didn't matter because
Really?
it's back.
It worked for me.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I
gone
wasn't
again.
having-
Whoop, it's
I was
back.
having issues. I don't know. My phone's also like ass.
It worked for me. Nerd.
I'm just giving myself work here, just having to
Jeez,
bleep myself
buddy.
out. I'm the only one on this podcast who swears anymore, and I edit it. I hate myself. I'm sorry, man. I interrupted.
No,
Keep
you're
going.
good. Detroit Lions lost the playoffs. Sad
Is that your
time.
team?
No.
It's just sad for all involved. You think the players feel good about it? No.
Well, I think they'll be
They
just fine
deserve-
going back home to their millions.
They deserve
But-
some thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers for the
Their
Detroit
hearts
Lions.
are heavy
prayers.
with the failure.
With the failure.
They let everyone down.
Yep.
Those
Womp
poor
womp.
Detroit Lions.
With my prayers.
With my prayers.
Jack, what are you booming?
Were you booming?
Are you done with your boomings, Ben?
Yep.
Okay. I am booming Mountain Dew, aka the green stuff.
You've been running
The
Dew heavy
green.
I
lately.
love
He
the
sent me
green
a snap
stuff.
last night. Him and Hunt were running the green
I was
stuff.
running some green
Is
stuff.
your piss just straight Mountain
It
Dew?
is neon green, yeah.
Carbonated.
Yep, it glows.
It glows.
Yeah. And it burns too. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
healthy.
I got some code red in my piss too.
Yep.
Might just be bleeding.
Big announcement, actually. Pop Off Vlogs returns this Thursday.
No way!
I know. So we
It'll
actually
be out by the time this podcast drops.
So you guys might recall, those of you sitting at this table, we've actually done multiple vlogs throughout the past year of 2024. We've vlogged some of the booming stuff, just little things, and so we're going to start with the old stuff and work our way through, and hopefully in the future we're going to be able to be
Catch up
vlogging
and-
again.
yeah.
Yeah. So. But the premiere is Thursday, this Thursday, which this podcast
It's
dropped.
also coming out on
So
Thursday.
today,
So today, go check out
Pop Off Vlogs.
Bow, bow, bow.
If
did
it's
you film
if
about?
it's after 2 p.m. Central, then it's out.
And if you're watching this after it came out, go check out.
Check
Pop
it
Off.
out.
What's it about?
It is about when we moved into our apartment for the first time.
Wow, riveting.
Wow.
Yes.
That's like
Wow,
almost a
great.
year and a half.
Over a year ago,
Over-
yeah.
yeah.
Yep, it is over a year ago.
man.
It's a year ago.
Yep. So I think we should vlog one of our podcast sessions. I think that could be
I think we
quite
do.
fun.
Definitely, yeah. One when we got the Nerf guns out.
Yes, we're doing it.
Yes.
We're doing it.
We got to get our hands on some
Yep.
GoPros, but
Yes.
that'll be.
Oh, speaking
Mountain
of.
Dew and yes, got GoPro for Christmas.
You did.
You did.
And we got an underwater GoPro cap.
Yep.
case.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So we can put it under the sink.
Sick.
We can recreate a bunch of Breaking Bad scenes, you know.
I love it.
Like when they pour the acid into the bath.
Yes.
Yep. Mountain Dew, Pop Off, GoPros.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of Daylight Boomin'. Don't forget to check us out on all the platforms. Comment down below what you thought was really funny this episode, or maybe if you have a suggestion, comment, email us.
Even hate comments, we'll take them.
We'll take them.
We're just silly.
We're just a couple
It
of
is a
silly
hat.
little guys. Go check us out on all the platforms, and we'll love you. We'll see you next week. Okay.